Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday. BTB buddies, great to see you again. You may have noticed, maybe you didn't, that I didn't do a check in on Friday. I had a bit of a stressful day and I just decided to skip it. But the stress is gone. I'm ready to have some fun tonight because we have the finals of the BTB Virtual Comedy Contest tonight with our finalists Carmaya, Kevin H. Brady, Justin Matson, Chris Wright, Laura Park, Funky Sam Medina, and our judges John Poveromo, Joanne Filan, and Dan West. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we got money winners. We got third place getting $25, second place getting $50, first place getting $100. I'm stoked. There's a good chance Dean Martin might show up. Yeah, make it a true variety show. So I have a new episode coming out tomorrow for the podcast. That's Adam Daggy. I didn't get his picture, so this is the last day to download the Mr. Showtime David Scott episode while it's still in its first week. That's always a very good indicator for advertisers how many you get in the first week and the first month. So if you want to do that, you can do that. I'd appreciate any downloads. So before I get into the next stuff, the whole podcast area is changing. I sold my futon. So this used to be a local podcast called Michiana People Podcast, where I had people in and I did a comedy roundup, and I had as many as 6 people besides myself in here. And then the pandemic hit, and I'm doing almost all these virtual now. And Drew Kiesbert, $50 could get me out of a couple jams. 25 could probably get me out of one jam. Melissa McCarthy, thanks, Drew. So Drew used to work for me at Wendy's when I was a Wendy's manager in the that was the early 90s, I think. And really the only person from Wendy's I've kept up with. So we've been friends for a long time. Used to go out karaokeing together. He can sing, I can't, and it was a lot of fun. And now he is a husband and a dad, and I'm a husband and a dad. I think I was a husband. Yeah, I was a husband when we worked together. So Drew's a cool guy, and he is part of a podcast that I can't remember the name of. If you're still watching, Drew, shoot me the name of that podcast and I'll mention it. But anywho, the whole podcast area is changing. I had a lot of junk under the futon, and I bought a couple of bins at Walmart this weekend and threw away some junk, threw away a couple old laptops and a bunch of electronic junk, cords I don't use anymore and stuff like that. And it looks really nice over there. And I'm going to get a chest of drawers. Yes, Pressing the Limits podcast, and they've had big guests on there. They've had like UFC guys. They've got big lifting guys. It's all about mental health and physical health. So it's really a cool podcast. And so check out Pressing the Limits podcast. You know how I am about supporting independent podcasts. Independent podcasters are putting out the real stuff. You don't have to listen to the big stars because they're getting paid anyway. So check out an independent podcast. But I've got this room pretty much the way I want it, except for I want to get a chest of drawers for some stuff. My cigars still have a place, even though I'm not smoking them very much. So yeah, it's nice. Thursday night, golly, we've got the BTB Internet Talk Show with people I know, and One guy I don't know so much, but he helped me in a jam once. Uh, Dan Dan Bublitz, Micah Ream, Dead Air Dennis Mailer, and Wes Corwin are all going to be on the show Thursday. And I was just in the Plano Comedy Festival this weekend, and Wes Corwin was a big part of that. I did a set where I premiered a new opener that I had never even said before, and I really like it. So it's pretty cool. And Dead Air Dennis Mailer, I mean, he's been around for a while. He's been on the radio and been a comic for a while, and he jumped in when I was testing some StreamYard issues, and I didn't know him. And now I do know him. Dan Bublitz is the host of the Art of Bombing podcast, and getting ready to tape his own dry bar special here pretty quick. So yeah, stuff going on. And Micah is one of my Patreon patrons and is actually getting to do some live comedy. I think mostly outdoor stuff in the South. So that's cool. So yeah, I'm stoked about the show tonight and the show Thursday. This last Thursday, we premiered the BTB Internet Talk Show drinking game, where you drink every time I forget a word and or stammer, drink every time Dean Martin goes out of character, and drink every time I forget a guest name or who I am, which is a lot. So I would suggest apple juice instead of booze, or maybe a light beer. I'm usually drinking whiskey, but I take very small drinks. Very small. Hi. How you doing, everybody? So yeah, tonight, BTB Virtual Comedy Contest with Carmaya, Kevin H. Brady, Justin Madsen, Chris Wright, Laura Park, Funky Sam Medina, and our judges are John Poveromo, Joanne Fallon, and Dan West. It's going to be a lot of fun. Dean Martin may just show up and make it a true variety show. And Thursday, the BTB Internet Talk Show with Dan Bublitz, Mike Ream, Dead Air Dennis Mailer, and Wes Corwin. Wes is just hilarious. I mean, they're all hilarious, but Wes, his dry sense of humor, I really like. If you're not a patron, head over to patreon.com/BTBPC, and you can join Micah Ream and Steve Frito, whom I sent this book at the $5 level, Not Good Yet, by Mark Masters. The guy's not even on social media, so he doesn't know how much I'm pushing his book, but it's a great book. It's about a guy who in midlife decided to stop everything and try stand-up comedy, and he put a solid year into it. And it's kind of a diary along with some do's and don'ts. What's the format of the finals? Oh, good job, Drew. So the format is pretty close to the same as the preliminary rounds. However, the comics get 7 minutes instead of 5. And then instead of them judging themselves, John, Joanne, and Dan are going to get the same criteria for judging that they got in the preliminary rounds, and they're going to judge that way. And the host, Scott, will not judge. I'm talking myself in the third person, and I will not judge any of it. I haven't judged any of it so far, except for the videos that people submitted. And boy, did I get some doozies. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight, and as I've said, I'm probably not going to do one for a while because it was a lot of work. I had to coordinate a lot of stuff. I actually pretty much forgot to do anything last week, and I sent everybody the info for tonight yesterday. So that's how much work it takes. It's a lot of work. So I'm gonna step away from that and do something a little bit easier, like the podcast and the Thursday show, and then maybe something else. I don't know. I've got ideas. But yeah, that's what I've got going on. And I am stoked for tonight. Please tune in. Just check out the Behind the Bits page or the YouTube channel. Just type in Behind the Bits and you can see it on there. I'm streaming on what is that? Twitter now on that Periscope thing, and I haven't really seen what that does, but apparently I've gotten some views on it according to analytics, so it's all right. I tried to stream to LinkedIn, but I'm not allowed. So that's what we got going on. I'm stoked for the week. I hope to see you tonight. Make sure you make some comments and cheer on the comics if your favorite comic is there or somebody you like. Make sure we get some comments so I can put them up there. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Scott Curtis. Behind the Bits is my podcast. Easy to find on all the apps by typing in Behind the Bits. Download, listen, learn. And be nice to each other, folks. Bye-bye.